What's up? Title of the video, you know what it is. Let's start with honorable mentions. I have two honorable mentions. These Zelda games are, I think, the only ones I've beaten when I look at it. Off the top of my head, I think these are the only ones I've beaten, because there are a lot of Zelda games and I haven't beaten all of them. Not yet, anyway. But, yeah, here's honorable mentions. Starting off with Link's Awakening. I have the Switch version right here. I also have the original, but I have the Switch version because it's a bigger copy. I only have the Link's Awakening cart, and I don't want to have to go like that. But yeah, I played the dog dookie out of this when I was a kid on the Game Boy, and then the DX version came out, and I was like, ooh, color. So I played the dog dookie out of that version too. And I also played the dog dookie out of this version. I enjoy it very much. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Side story. Wake up the windfish. Windfish wakes up. The entire thing was a dream of the windfish or something like that. And it's very emotional because all the people you helped disappear. And it's like... Anyway, but that's beside the point. Yeah, Link's Awakening. Next honorable mention used to be in my top 5. But then some more Zelda games came out. And now it's an honorable mention. And that is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I have the original Wii version because it's shiny. But, yeah, honestly, this game, I love it. Fi or Fee or whatever was very annoying. But in the HD remaster, she's less annoying. So, but I have the shiny Wii version here. Great game. The beginning of the timeline, at least for now. Now I'm just kidding, I don't know, maybe. But yeah, beginning of the timeline, it's good stuff. Motion controls are a little wonky on the Wii version. Less wonky on the HD remaster. But, yeah. I just love how to see how, like, the Kingdom of Hyrule started, and Demise being, like, a precursor to Ganondorf, or Ganon. They said to Link at the end of this game, we're destined to do this forever, and yeah, no kidding, because there are a buttload of Zelda games, and I feel like Zelda is a series that can keep going and never stop, unless they find a way to end their destiny or fate or something like that. But yeah, Skyward Sword. It's also fairly cool to see the Skyward Sword turn into the Master Sword. You know, the origins of the Master Sword. But yeah, great game. Of course, if you watch my videos before, you know that any Zelda game with a companion, no matter how annoying they are, at the end of the game when you leave them or when they leave you, you get emotional. Or I do, because I'm a softie. You know, I'm a softie. Anyway, so yeah, those are my two honorable mentions. Just a quick note, this might be blasphemy to some people. I want to beat this one, but I've never beaten A Link to the Past. Oh, okay, yeah. I've never beaten A Link to the Past. I want to one day. I don't know why, I just don't do it. But, yeah. Anyway, now we're on to my top 5, starting with number 5, and that is The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. This is the first GameCube game I've ever gotten. This isn't my original copy, because I sold my original copy, but that's beside the point. Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. One of those games people hated when it first came out, and then later on people loved, kind of like Final Fantasy IX. I love the graphics. Honestly, even the HD remaster on the Wii U. Those graphics are really good too, but I feel like cell shading, no matter what generation it is, always holds up. I don't know, that's just me. But, yeah. Great game with the ocean and sailing. The HD remaster really did quality of life improvements, like when you use the Wind Waker to change the direction of the ocean, of the wind. You don't have to sit there and watch him do the animation of playing the song over and over again. You just only watch him do it once. And then after that, it just lets you play it, and then you just... the arrow points out and you can change the direction of the wind. Or you could go to the auction house and get that sail that you just activate the sail and it changes the wind automatically. Great quality of life improvements. The Triforce Shard quest, a lot more condensed in the HD remaster. It's long as balls in this one. But yeah, I remember getting this when I first got my GameCube, and it's actually funny because I actually played the beginning of this like 4 times before I got a memory card. And then I finally got a memory card. And yeah, but Wind Waker, fantastic game. Even when it first came out, I loved it. Yeah, next Zelda game is the first Zelda game I've ever played. And it is a fantastic game. Very, very good. And it is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is a aftermarket case. See, it's a... Yeah. I got the carton there. There's the back. But yeah, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is the first Zelda game I have ever played. I remember getting on my Nintendo 64 back in the day when it first came out, when I was 5 years old. I didn't beat it until years later because I was 5 years old. What did I know? But yeah, fantastic game, great story, splits the timeline into what we thought at the time was 2 timelines, but it's actually 3. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, but yeah, this game really... Is it like Final Fantasy VII is the most important one? I'm trying to think. Final Fantasy VII is the most important one because Final Fantasy VII, without that one, this franchise wouldn't be what it is today. But I feel like if Ocarina of Time didn't come out, the franchise would still be popular. I'm not sure, but yeah. Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, fantastic. I love it. Child Link, Adult Link, good stuff, good times. I remember being a kid. The first time I did the first 3 dungeons as Child Link, feeling like a boss that I did it, all 3 of them in one day, I was like, yeah, look at me. Yeah, anyway, but yeah, Ocarina of Time, fantastic, good times, good stuff. Next, it's my 3rd favorite Zelda game, used to be 2nd, but then another Zelda game came out and kind of took its spot. But my 3rd favorite is The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. I love it. The dark atmosphere, the Twilight Realm, the real... well, at the time, realistic-looking graphics. Midna turning into the hot Twilight Princess. I was like, whoa. What this game came out in 2006? I was 13. Yeah, I was 13. And when I saw hot Twilight Princess, I was like, something's wrong with my Winky. But no, I was kidding. But yeah, Twilight Princess, great game. I love how big Hyrule Field is, but not a whole lot to do in it. But still, it's just I like the dark tone of it. And not only the dark tone, but also the dark picture because it is dark. But yeah, Twilight Princess, fantastic game. The HD remaster that I have on the Wii U. You can skip cutscenes. In your first playthrough, you can skip cutscenes. I think if you play this game again on a second playthrough, you could skip cutscenes, but you can't skip it the first time. And I think that the dialogue boxes go faster. Oh, speaking of which, in Ocarina of Time, I just want to say real quick that the 3D remake on the 3DS is the definitive way to play Ocarina of Time. To me, because the dialogue boxes are faster. It looks prettier, I guess. And, yeah, you can take it on the go, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, that doesn't mean it replaces... It's the definitive way to play, to me, but if you want to go back and play the original, I say go for it. It is on the Switch Online, so if you want to play the original, you can do it that way. But yeah, speaking of which, I think the dialogue boxes go faster in this one as well. I could be wrong, I don't recall. All I know is that it also came out on the Wii. This version, the GameCube version, actually came out after the Wii version, I believe. And, yeah, they made Link right-handed in the Wii version, which, you know, great, because a lot of people are right-handed, but at the same time, he's canonically left-handed. They want to talk about representation in video games. I'm left-handed. I write with my left hand. What the hell? Where's the left-handed representation? I'm just kidding. I don't give a shit about that. But anyway, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Fantastic game. I love it. Next up, the sequel to this game came out last year, I think. Or the 2022. Excuse me. I think it was last year. But yeah. But I want to put this one on it because I played it the most, and also it was the first Zelda game of this kind. I'm pretty sure you know what it is, and that is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. It captures the essence of the very first Zelda game, where you're just dropped off into a world and do whatever. Because if you think about it, the very first Zelda game on the NES, kind of like that. You start the game and you just go in any direction. It's kind of like that in this game, except when you get off the Great Plateau, which is kind of like the tutorial section of the game. But yeah, it's just open world, side quests, a lot of shit to collect. I actually went back a few years ago and did all the shrines, which is pretty wild. I actually had a map on my laptop at the time with all the shrines highlighted, because I'm like, I'm not just going to run around and explore and find these. I ran around and explored the ones I could before I beat the game. I just want to go back and get all the hearts. And also, first thing, by the way, you play this game, upgrade your stamina first. That's my pointer. But yeah, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, fantastic. Open world, Good stuff. One game of the year it came out, which very well deserved. Tears of the Kingdom, also a fantastic game, but I feel since this is the first Zelda game of this kind, I feel like it should be on, it should be here, you know, because it was either this or Tears of the Kingdom, but I chose this one because, you know, it was the first Skyrim-esque Zelda game, I guess you could say. But remember when Skyrim was first announced, or when they Todd Howard said in Skyrim, you see that mountain in the distance, you can go there, which you could. But when he says that, when I think of him saying that, I think of this game, because you can go there and you could climb it, because for whatever reason Link is Spider-Man in this game. I don't know, he could climb everything, but still fantastic. Good times with stuff. Tears of the Kingdom, also fantastic, but I like this one a little better, probably because I played it the most. Once I beat Tears of the Kingdom, I kind of put it down, and I haven't gone back to it since. But, yeah, Breath of the Wild. I wonder if people are pissed off at my top 5. I don't know. Anyway, next up, my first number 1 favorite Zelda game. If you know me, you know what it is. This is actually a legit Japanese version of it, and that is The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I can't stress enough how much I love this game. The masks, the side quests, the feeling of dread, of the moon about to kill everybody in 3 days. You could go back in time to... It's just... I love it. The dark atmosphere of it. Is the setting, it's just so good. This is the Japanese version. I got it for $70, but this retailed for... I don't know if you can see that. Kind of. Man, let me get my face out of it. 5,800 yen. But, yeah. I love it. And I really wish the 3D remake on the 3DS was better than it was. It's not the definitive way to play this, to me at least. The N64 version is the definitive way to play this. I just love collecting the masks, the side quests. But every time I play this game all the way through, I always make sure that the last mask I get is the wedding mask, I believe it's called. Because when I would play it and I would do that quest, but I still had more stuff to do in the game, I would always get sad because I'm like, damn it, I just, it's a very it's like I have to go back in time. I just helped you guys, and then I go back in time and I see Cafe with the mask, and I'm like, damn it, dude. So now when I play this, I always make sure that is the last mask I get, because when I'm done with that quest and I'm about to go to Clock Tower and beat the game, I always look at them there in the room and I say, you will live to see the dawn. Badass, right? No, not really. Kind of cheesy. But I always say, you will live to see the dawn. And then I go to Clock Tower, and I beat the game. Fantastic. I love it. It's actually a funny story. When I rented this from Blockbuster first, back in the day, and I didn't have an expansion pack, because I didn't know what that was. So I pop in the game on my Nintendo 64. I'm like, I'm finally going to play it. No expansion pack. And I'm like, what? I was all crying and shit. My mom was on the phone with Blockbuster, and I'm like, I have a crying kid here. What the hell is an expansion pack? But I think about it now, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. But I didn't mean to cry like a little bitch. But what do you expect? I wanted to play this game so bad. But we went to Walmart, got an expansion pack, and then I played it, fell in love with it. But yeah, funny story about, me being a child and not being able to play this when I rented it from Blockbuster. But yeah. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I love this game. A Breath of the Wild type of gameplay, open world with a return to Termina. Maybe? I don't know. But yeah. That is my top 5 Legend of Zelda games, with 2 honorable mentions right here. Yep, my top 5 favorite Zelda games with honorable mentions. Let me know in the comments your favorite Zelda games. What memories do you have with the very first Zelda game you played? I'd love to hear it. Sorry if this video blows, because I don't know. I don't come into these videos prepared. I don't write shit down. I'm just like off the top of my head. But yeah. Anyway, let me know in the comments favorite Zelda games. Which one's your least favorite? Which one's your most favorite? Stories about your first Zelda game you played. What Zelda game got you into the series? But yeah. Thank you all for watching. Those that did. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit dislike if you didn't. Subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Follow me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Trovo. All links in the description and all that crap. And yeah, God bless. I will see everybody later. Thank you all for watching. And yeah, love you. Have a good day. And Zelda, woo!